Alright guys, so I know I'm really late to the party when it comes to this, but I still have yet to watch this video from Demetrious Johnson, making that entire video talking about the cancellation of the show that he had with MMA Guru. I'm familiar with all of the drama, we've covered it, but I've never heard Mighty Mouse actually speak about it in this video for himself, so I thought it'd make for a good reaction video today. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle, I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. Please go, of course, show Mighty Mouse some love in the pinned comment description down below. Let's hear what he had to say about the show.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know the whole Twitter and the world is blowing up. It's so funny. So first off, let me go ahead and let you guys know, yes, the Mighty Guru pod is on ice right now. It's not over completely.
I've heard that, and I've watched a couple clip videos from the MMA Guru as well, and he has the idea of having just random things doing with Demetrious Johnson in like a year's time. I believe he said something along those lines. It seems like it's almost like one of those things where, oh yeah, for now we're going to stop doing this, and then just it kind of fades out and people forget about it.
Obviously, Guru said some things that obviously I don't agree with. So just to give you guys kind of like a context of how things work. I do not watch all of Guru's content, meaning that when he is doing his live instant reaction and he has 20,000 viewers in the channel, I'm also doing the exact same thing.
That's, I would love to know what you guys think about this, what I'm about to say over here, because if anyone were to say that, if they're like working alongside somebody, I would be kind of like, yeah, okay, you just don't want to admit that you like, and I don't care what they do. I like the show that they had, okay, but the argument that a lot of people that are making, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe Demetrious Johnson was platforming this guy. I'm not having that conversation. My point being, I think he must know what Guru is kind of all about. I've heard people talking about like, oh my god, Mighty Mouse is using for views. It seemed like they had a very genuine connection. I'm somebody who believes they actually really do like each other. Mighty Mouse liked his content, likewise with the MMA Guru. I thought it was a really nice relationship. But it's difficult for me at the same time to believe that Mighty Mouse didn't know the things that the MMA Guru was saying. He goes viral all the time within the MMA community. You had to have seen something, but then again, I'm thinking this as a perspective from just like your everyday guy. I can't imagine what he does in a day. I know he has multiple children. I know he's constantly in the gym. Is somebody like Mighty Mouse does he even spend a lot of time on his phone? I don't know. So my gut reaction to something like this is, oh yeah, of course he didn't know. But maybe he's a really busy guy. He's not your regular human being.
I don't babysit him. I don't see what he's saying whatsoever.
Ugly inbred little rodents, dude. Cry at a border, bitches. Crying in my chat. Round 5. Go cry at a border.
I didn't think that he was going to include that in the video. It kind of caught me off guard.
Now, when did I hear that Guru said these comments? Me and Michael were at one championship in Japan, and he looked at me, he goes, did you see what Guru said? I said, I do not. If you guys didn't know this, I do not have Twitter on my phone. Reason why is because it's a very toxic place. And this
now, again, people do this. And especially somebody like Mighty Mouse, taking care of himself the way he does. He's got a lot of things going on. He has his own business. He has his own YouTube content to run. He has, I don't know if he actually coaches, but he's definitely in the gym.
Twitter make my life better? No. Do I need Twitter in my life? No. So do I have it on my phone? No, I do not. So Michael has Twitter, which is the producer. So does Nick. Michael always lets me know when something's going on that should be brought to my attention. And this was something that was needed to be brought to my attention.
But my weird thing with this whole thing is there is no way that you haven't heard he says stuff like this all the time. This isn't new, and that's like, it's kind of light for the things that he's said in the past.
With that being said, did I address Guru off camera about this situation? Yes, I did. We talked about it before we filmed the last episode of the Mighty Guru. We talked about it. He even said that, things got to me. The pressure cooker, 20,000 viewers, things were going on. At that time, I still didn't know the full context of what he said. Obviously, Guru had a very ugly rant recently on the UFC 322 live instant reaction with Islam versus JDM.
But the thing is, when something ends up going that viral, it's still so hard for me to believe like you didn't see it. That's got to be like the thing you're supposed to say, right? And I'm not knocking him for it. If I was in his position, I'd probably be doing the same thing. It's a good way to keep your relationship with the MMA Guru and just being like, well, I didn't know, guys. I didn't know. And then you had a good show. People are like, oh, okay, I guess that's fair.
I did call him out on it off camera because I felt that was the best place to do it. And I said, dog, you can't be saying this stuff. I asked Guru to stop saying these things. Then we talked about it. Then we went on and continued to film the Mighty Guru podcast. And by the way, it's the best podcast on the MMA space. You look at the numbers.
It's up there, man. I really, really, really enjoyed these two together. Also, if you guys are interested, we have a tier list video ranking all of the MMA content creators that I watch. You can check that out. Mighty Guru show, or excuse me, Mighty Mouse and the MMA Guru are on there. I don't think that I have Mighty Guru anything separate. No, it's probably just in conversation for another time. Go check out that video if you're interested.
Look at the fucking thumbnails, banger thumbnails. We had so many more thumbnails in the pipeline. Miami Vice, Men in Black. I want to do Django Unchained. It was just gold, right? So we did the podcast, we dropped the podcast, and then I'm chilling. Once again, I don't go on Twitter. And I respect Guru for, reaching out. Me and him had another discussion. He was like, dude, I think I'm totally fine of us just, separating and going our separate ways.
It's just kind of sucks that people have to separate, like the thing is, I don't understand why the MMA Guru has to take things to that extent. I know it's the thing that you're supposed to say on YouTube. You guys are just going to have to take my word for it, okay? I judge people based on their individual. I don't understand why people get so bent out of shape. I don't understand all of the constant Dagestani hate. I can understand the disdain towards a particular type of style, but not even all the Dagestani fighters fight that way. Maybe we'll make an entire video on that. It's just, you would think that the Guru would want to keep this show that he's on with one of the greatest fighters of all time and such a beautiful, beautiful platform. I know that technically like his YouTube platform is bigger, but still, to be working with Demetrious Johnson and you can't hold in a little bit. I watched his video on the response of it as well, and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to change for anybody, which I understand where he's coming from, but you'd think that's like, okay, maybe I just won't call people specific things. It's a little weird to me.
And I told him, I was like, I don't want you to change. I don't want you, that's how Guru makes his content. And we had a talk prior to, and I was like, dude, like, we gotta, do you think you could tone it down a little bit? And he goes, yeah, but I don't think I can hold myself. Like, I don't expect him to stop doing what he does, because obviously what he's done up to this point, he is the biggest MMA channel on YouTube right now.
Now, I can insert myself into this, but the problem is I'm also not your regular viewer. He probably has a viewer base that's exactly like him. I knew what he was going to be saying about Islam Makhachev. I wasn't interested in that particular piece of content. I'll watch something else from the MMA Guru, because I do really, really, really like his channel. I don't agree when it comes to that stuff. And again, I feel it sounds so cringe coming out of my mouth, because I know that's what you're supposed to say on YouTube, but I'm being truthful when I say this.
Like, you look at numbers, far none. You look at Ariel, you look at mine, you look at anybody who's covering the sport of mixed martial arts. He is the king ding-a-ling. Don't let anybody fool you. He is. So, but we're like, hey, dude, I said, dude, you don't need me on your channel. You don't need the Mighty Guru to be successful, nor do I. So you keep doing your thing and I'm keep doing my thing. And will I like the content I do watch a Guru of, like, the John Jones stuff and then what the Dana White and all that stuff? Yeah, I do. I think it's actually hilarious. Do I think him calling, inbred and bomb this and all that stuff? No, I don't do that. If my son was to talk like that, my son would be getting ass whooping from me, because I didn't raise him like that.
I think that's a really good way to put it. I think that's a really, really good way to put it, to be honest with you. It's just difficult because now you see people online where it's like, oh, you just know that Mighty Mouse thinks the exact same things because he watches the MMA Guru. That's crazy. Just because you watch somebody on YouTube doesn't mean you align with them. It's been getting worse and worse since 2020, man, where it's like I only associate people that I agree 100% on everything with.
I like Islam. I like all those guys. I have no problem with no religion. But if Guru feels that way, I cannot help him feel a certain way. I can't.
Yeah, I always was wondering too if these two, I don't know how close they were. I know that they've had like training sessions together and things like that. I wonder if they ever talk to him about the MMA Guru, because they have to be aware, right? They have to.
Swaying him like, dude, these guys are good people, which I think deep down inside, he believes they're good people too. But another question, you guys ask me, why did I start the show to begin with if I knew this could happen? It's called taking a risk. where I think a lot of you guys out there might not have taken a risk in your life.
Huh. I thought that he was going to start saying that I didn't know that he said these comments. So he did know.
But I took this risk, meaning that I did not feel that the content he does on his channel will spill over onto the content we make on our channel, right? If you guys look at all the Mighty Guru podcast shows, it is nothing but vibes, good chats, not degrading the athlete, not talking about somebody's religion, da-da-da-da.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched, I haven't watched nearly everything that they put out. I've watched I've watched a good chunk of them. I haven't heard anything bad like that you would hear from the MMA Guru's channel. It was just fight talk. It was funny. The two had excellent charisma. And I'm legitimately kind of sad that as somebody who watches, I have 3 jobs, all of which two of them where I watch YouTube throughout the day. So I'm on YouTube a lot. I consume a lot of MMA content. I'm sad that I'm not going to be able to tune into the show anymore.
And for everybody out there, I have no problem with any religion. As long as you're a good person and you have good morals, I fuck with you. But
I think that's like the regular way to go about life. I don't understand why everybody's like, oh, I automatically hate this person from this religion.
None of the Mighty Guru podcast stuff doesn't reflect what he does on his channel, right? I didn't think the stuff that he does on his channel will spill over into our channel. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I was having a great time making that content with him because it was good vibes. We're hanging out, chilling, laughing, dropping knowledge. The fan base loved it. And like I said, I can't say that it will never happen again, that us coming together, but I know, and he knows it. And this is where I think kind of made it us to go our, I don't want to say our separate ways, but
it's difficult because what you hear online a lot, the advice is when something like this happens, and I can relate to it in a little bit of a way. I know it's nothing to the magnitude of someone like MMA Guru or Demetrious Johnson, but I am very, very well within the Fortnite space on one of my other channels. Every single time there's some drama and people like try to cancel you for whatever reason, the advice that you get, and something that I haven't said anything bad, it was just like ridiculous cancellations and things like, oh, cancellations. What you're supposed to do is just ignore it and kind of keep doing your thing. That would have been best to do here, but the problem is, I wonder if Demetrious Johnson was facing a little bit of backlash in his personal life with the people that he's training with. And like I said, he's been training with Islam and Khabib. That is kind of understandable. If they just back down to it's like MMA Joey making a video and then the Twitter mob, they already forgot about it. That's how it works. They get mad at somebody, they try to cancel them for a day. Some people with like legitimately no life will follow you on like whatever you post, having notifications on, and respond to you saying like, oh, don't you remember you're the guy who gave MMA Guru a platform? It's going to happen. The way you deal with it is you just continue doing what you're doing and not even acknowledge them.
He does his thing. I'll do my thing. Put the podcast on ice. He's going to keep doing what he's doing. Next time somebody fights and he gets ham and he's got 25,000 live viewers, he's going to say something and it's all going to repeat itself all over again. And I don't like, the one thing I do not like is I don't like being out, living my best life. Like literally today, I'm at piano lessons, playing the piano, getting ready for the holidays, getting ready to play Christmas songs for the wife and the kids. And Michael, the producer, tells me, dude, this shit's blowing up all over Twitter. And I was like, guys, I have no idea what's going on.
You know what? That's fair. After everything that I just said, of course, right? We get the reasoning behind it. Oh, what can you do? But it's an understandable thing. If you really don't want like any drama in your life whatsoever, I guess that makes sense.
He sends me one tweet, I look at it, and then I jump off. So if you guys don't know this, if you don't have Twitter, if somebody sends you a tweet, you can look at it, but that's it. You can't go and scroll, see what everybody else is saying. But at the end of the day, it was an amicable split. It wasn't like, dude, get the fuck out of here, mate. Get out of here. It was like, dog, obviously I want you to stop saying these negative comments, these racist comments, and I don't want you to change, but you can't be saying that because I am friends with these athletes.
I'm even surprised that he's saying, like, I don't want him to change. I want him to do what he's doing. I'm very, very surprised he's not saying, like, oh my God, this is disgusting. It's like, it's just surprising. It's just surprising. I'll leave it at that one.
But no, I did not kick Guru to the curb. Me, him had we thought it was best, and the mature decision is to go our separate ways. He does his content, I do my content. Am I going to watch Guru's content? You best fucking believe I am, because it's great content.
It seems like it's going to be on the same page too, because the MMA Guru kind of had the same story. They did. It seems like everything was okay. It seems like they're still boys. They're just, and people are getting upset, so they kind of dealt with it.
Do I want to watch all of his content? No, but I'll pick and choose the spots I want to watch his content and enjoy it. And I think you guys should as well. So boys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe.
And guys, of course, Demetrious Johnson has a phenomenal channel. If you're watching this channel, I would imagine you're very familiar with him. So I always feel so weird saying, guys, go support Demetrious Johnson in the pinned comment description down below, like with me being who I am. But yeah, it seems like they had the same story. I thought it'd make for a fun reaction video because I haven't actually sat down and watched this video myself yet. It seems like their stories are aligning. Everything's true. I'm going to miss the show a lot, but for now, if you want to continue watching a reaction video, then why don't you check out this on screen right here. I'd love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.